Coming up on Unpeeled, a new Oscars category highlights an unrecognized community in Hollywood.
A celebrity Big Brother star is in some hot water after making inappropriate comments towards another house guest.
A new live Netflix show has people popping balloons in excitement.
And we try some of the most popular Easter candy on the market. All that and more, Unpeeled starts right now.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of Unpeeled. I'm Lilian Northrup.
And I'm Rickie. Now for some news on one of television's favorite medical drama stars. Last week, Grey's Anatomy and Euphoria actor Eric Dane announced he was diagnosed with ALS. At only 52 with 2 teenage children, he tells People magazine that he is just grateful to have his loving family by his side.
With Euphoria filming picking up again, Dane shares that he will continue to work and is looking forward to his return to the set. Production for season 3 started on Monday, and Dane's only request during this time is privacy for him and his family. The Emmys have officially announced their host for the 2025 awards ceremony. Comedian Dane Bargatze was announced as the host earlier today. Bargatze is one of the most popular comedians of the year, selling 1.2 million tickets while on tour in 2024.
Bargatze is also a Grammy-nominated artist for one of his 2 Netflix specials. And he isn't new to hosting after having hosted SNL twice in the last 2 years. The 77th annual Emmy Awards will take place Sunday, September 14th. And Saturday Night Live has announced they plan to launch a British version of the US show. The UK edition will be produced by Sky Studios and will have a British cast of comedians soon to be announced. It will follow the same format of sketches, musical acts, and famous guest hosts. Lorne Michaels, the creator of SNL, will act as executive producer for the British show as well. This isn't the first time SNL has tried to go international. The show also tried to launch in France, Japan, and Italy, but failed. A South Korean SNL spinoff does still exist. The new British version of SNL is set to come out in 2026. Now, Rickie, we've seen it fail in other places. I'm curious of your thoughts. London is definitely a very different location compared to Japan or Italy, but, what could the outcome of this one be any different compared to the others? Yeah, I think it could be great. Obviously London is one of the world's most famous, biggest cities, and it's an English-speaking city. I think that's going to help a lot. Obviously, I'm not sure if it was the cultural barrier or the language barrier that, forced the SNL spinoffs in other countries to prematurely get canceled. But overall, there's going to be so many opportunities for different people in the UK to get in on this show, and I'm sure that they're going to want to make it big.
Yeah, I completely agree. And Michael's executive producing for this show as well. I can imagine the show is going to look fairly similar with format-wise. Right. We've talked about that. So if they can get some, great guests on the show, I think there could be a lot of opportunity for some really fun episodes.
Yeah, imagine, a guy like Elton John doing a musical act with like an Emma Watson hosting the show. So it could be great. But this past Sunday saw one of sports' most historic moments as Rory Mcilroy took home the green jacket and won the 89th annual Masters tournament. This is the Northern Ireland native's 5th major tournament win on the PGA Tour.
McIlroy also just became the 6th golfer to complete the career Grand Slam. The win did not come easy as McIlroy began the final round with a 2-shot lead before ending the day tied with England's Justin Rose. The 2 Europeans then entered a playoff, replaying the 18th hole where McIlroy made a birdie to win, shooting 12 under. Talk about a Sunday. This is like
Masters
Super Bowl Sunday.
It doesn't get any better than
much
this.
fun. Nothing got better than this. For people that don't know, it's been over a decade since we've seen Rory win a major. And the plot over and over again is, can he ever do it? And he showed up this weekend, and he just nailed it. It was such a great weekend.
Yeah, it was awesome. This is definitely one of the biggest, not only golf, but sports moments of the year. They had more than 19 million people tuning in to his award ceremony when he got the green jacket and the trophy. So this was a huge moment, not only for the sport, but also just in general. I feel like a lot of people are talking about this, and like you mentioned it, his reaction when he won was that of a man who has dedicated his entire life to this one win, and he finally has that burden off his shoulders.
Yeah, we've talked about the physical challenge of being a great golfer. We're wearing gray jackets, not green ones. So it's a tough sport, and it's the mental game that is just so tough. So the perseverance from him throughout this season. I'm excited for how the rest of the season will look.
He might win another one.
I know. We'll see.
But Time Magazine's list of the 100 most influential people of 2025 has officially dropped. The list has 6 different subcategories, including artists, leaders, titans, and innovators. Well-known athletes like Serena Williams and Jalen Hurts were added to this year's list.
Time also included 6 members of the Trump administration, featuring President Donald Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, and Elon Musk. The magazine announced this year's list will be accompanied by interviews with world leaders and the annual gala on May 4th, streaming on ABC. Jalen Hurts to be an icon, Rickie. I don't know. That might be a little interesting. There was definitely some different debates with how the list came out, and I'm curious your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, again, like winning the Super Bowl, it's a major thing, and for the Eagles to do it in the way that they did was a big thing, but at the same time, this is a guy who's only been in the league for about 5 to 6 years. It's his first championship. Again, if he was in just an athlete category, that's fine.
Right.
But an icon right now, I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough. We definitely saw some people fit in that right category. Simone Biles is a titan, one of the best gymnasts of all time, still actively competing as well. That makes so much sense. But I agree with you. When you're an athlete, an icon versus an athlete is a big difference. So it had a lot of differences in the list that we saw.
Yeah, and they had people like David Muir on the list as well, which that makes sense. He did a great job moderating the presidential debate, and he's ABC's leading national news anchor. So that kind of makes sense. But some of these other categorizations might need to rethink them.
Yeah, I agree.
But when we come back, a long-awaited Oscars category has everyone leaping for excitement.
And we look at how a new movie about war is making a major fanfare. Don't go anywhere, Unpeelers.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
An important aspect of films is finally getting recognition at the Oscars. Our red carpet reporter Elizabeth Gottlieb has more on the new Achievement in Stunt Design Award.
Some might have thought this mission was impossible or that we are stepping out of the Matrix, but stunts in cinema have defied gravity with this new achievement. The Board of Governors of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences announced the creation of an Academy Award for Achievement in Stunt Design. There's still a while to go. This category will begin with the 100th Academy Awards for films released in 2027. More than 100 stunt professionals are members of the Academy's production and technology branch. The Fall Guy director David Leitch, a former stuntman himself, spearheaded the award initiative with stunt actor Chris O'Hara. Leitch said this has been a long journey for so many of us. Academy CEO Bill Kramer said, "We are proud to honor the innovative work of the technical and creative artists, and we congratulate them for their commitment and dedication in reaching this momentous occasion." Rules for eligibility and voting for the inaugural award will be announced closer to the 100th Academy Awards. The most recent new award category for the Oscars is for achievement in casting, which was established last year and begins with the 98th Academy Awards for films released in 2025. The Oscars are not the first award show to recognize stunt design. The Screen Actors Guild Awards has a category for outstanding performance by a stunt ensemble for both movies and television series. The Emmys also have a category for outstanding stunt performance. Well, one thing's for certain, I will never qualify for this stunt design award, as I intend to keep both of my feet safely on the ground. And that's exactly why it's so important to highlight the work of stunt design in films. Back to you, Rickie.
Thanks so much, Elizabeth. They definitely deserve their recognition. But last Friday, A24 released its new film Warfare, which some are calling the best post-9/11 war movie ever. Our film reporter Rob Gabrick is here with more. Rob, 3 for 3. All 3 of my shows this semester have been a Q&A with you.
You're just the lucky guy.
Of course. So let's get right into it. Before we get into the specifics, tell me all about the film.
So Warfare is a real-time, immersive retelling of a battle fought in the Iraq War by co-director and co-writer of the film, Ray Mendoza. He and his former group of Navy SEALs were trapped in a house in Iraq that was under siege, and through even just watching the trailer, you're on edge. You're on the edge of your seat. It's an intense, gripping film that really strived to be as accurate as it could, and very helpful when you have a former SEAL who was actually at the battle being fought. So
absolutely. And you mentioned, accuracy and how important all of that is. Why is authenticity so important for this film?
So the director, Ray Mendoza, said that Elliot Miller, who is a character played by Cosmo Jarvis in the film, Elliot was severely injured in the battle. He lost one of his legs, he lost the ability to walk, and he lost the ability to speak. He also has no recollection of this event, and one thing that Ray said was he wants this film to be for Elliot and to sort of serve Elliot's memory.
And what have the fans' reactions been so far?
Well, a lot of the fans are pretty positive. Whether it's critics or film reviews, they kind of understand that this film is not supposed to glorify war in the slightest. However, we do have some people who don't really or aren't able to separate, obviously war is a terrible thing, and being in the Iraq war was nothing that anyone wanted to be a part of. But some fans are having a hard time separating the two. But I think the whole point of the film is, it's for Elliot. It's for Elliot's memory, and it's to help Elliot try and have a recollection of the events that unfolded that he tragically doesn't remember at all. But I also think the point of the film is to tell the horrors of war. No one's leaving this theater thinking, oh man, I want to go to war. Right. Like I said, it's tough, it's gripping, it's intense, and I think the point gets across pretty well.
Well, Rob, thank you so much. Always have fun with you here on Unpeeled. But when we return, we are facing a new dilemma over new child labor laws in California. Stay tuned, Unpeelers. Hey, Dad.
They took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Fans expected some backstabbing and competition drama when watching this season of Celebrity Big Brother UK, but what they didn't expect was homophobia from one of the contestants. Here to tell us more about this controversy is our pop culture reporter, Sigourney Bell.
Thanks, Rickie. When JoJo Siwa said, "I'm gonna come back like a boomerang" in 2016, she wasn't lying. From her recent and famous pop culture moments of her single Karma, where she claimed she was the creator of gay pop music, to her laughable quote of "dream guest on my podcast," she's been in the spotlight for a long time. But this time, the story isn't so funny. Siwa was chosen to be on the 24th season of Celebrity Big Brother UK alongside 72-year-old American actor Mickey Rourke. However, Rourke said he will not be continuing the season after making some questionable comments to the 21-year-old pop star.
Ah, babe.
I'm trying to last 4 days. If I stay longer than 4 days, you won't be gay anymore.
I can guarantee I will still be gay and I will still be in a very happy relationship.
I'll tie you up.
Now, before this disturbing clip, Rourke had asked Siwa about her sexuality, and she explained that she was a lesbian, and he responded with, "I can tell." The situation then escalated when Rourke continued with what Siwa explains as homophobic comments.
We all vote each other out?
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually. I'm going to vote the lesbian out real quick.
JoJo.
That's homophobic.
Eh?
So that's homophobic if that was your reasoning.
Now, after the final comment, Rourke was called into the diary room while the other competitors comforted Siwa as she began to cry. While in the diary room, Rourke was given a formal warning from the Big Brother team, and he apologized to Siwa, saying that he has a short fuse and that he meant nothing by his comments. And though Siwa accepted his apology, she attempted to have Rourke evicted from the house with her Kill nomination, which automatically put Rourke on the chopping block for removal from the house. However, the vote didn't matter as Big Brother asked Rourke to be removed from the house, citing that this was not the first time he had made inappropriate comments that were making house guests uncomfortable, like his sexual comment towards other housemate Ella Wise. Rourke apologized through a comment on Deadline, saying he is still a work in progress. JoJo Siwa will be continuing her stay in the house despite the emotional stress of the situation. Straight from your pop culture reporter, I'm Sigourney Bell.
Thanks, Sigourney. Bad Influence is a new Netflix documentary series that dives into the dark side of kidfluencers and the laws that come with that role. Our industry reporter, Tegan Brostrom, is here to talk more about that. Tegan, first, let's start talking about, lay out for me what the California child labor laws are for us to all understand first.
Right, so in fall of 2024, California Governor Gavin Newsom sat down with Demi Lovato, who's become this face of the child influencer and actor labor laws, and they came up with the Kogan Law, which gives 15% of the child's gross earnings and forces parents or guardians to set aside those earnings and place them into a trust that the kids can later access once they're 18. And this law was really put in place with the hopes and the effort that parents wouldn't financially take advantage of the child, and that money would later go to the kid so they would get some of the actual contributions from their work.
Yeah, it makes sense. And tell me, the documentary itself, what does it focus on?
So it's a 3-part Netflix docuseries, and it focuses on Piper Raquel, who is a YouTube influencer, and her group of friends called The Squad. And it also focuses on Piper Raquel's mom, Tiffany Smith. And Tiffany Smith was sued for $22 million by the Squad members for violating some child labor laws, as well as some sexual misconduct allegations. And throughout the entire documentary and before and after the documentary, Smith has denied these allegations and kind of dismissed the documentary, and Raquel has stood up for her mom throughout this whole process.
Interesting. And you know, how could this documentary, along with the laws, really have an influence on the kidfluencers that we're talking about?
It has a lot of influence. I think experts and lawyers are really saying that this is good for kid influencers as they're becoming more and more popular, but a lot of influencer families in particular are trying to kind of steer away from the California labor laws by moving elsewhere. The LeBrant family, who has 5 kids, moved to Tennessee. Brittany Xavier, who has 2 kids, moved to Texas, and Cecily Buchanan moved to Tennessee as well. And you know, all of these have been for quote unquote different reasons, but the timing of the moves and the moves out of California, each one to southern states, makes it a little suspicious.
Very interesting to see where this is going to head in the future. I appreciate all of that. When we get back, some of our favorite childhood actors are going live on Broadway. You don't want to miss it. From singers to actors, many celebrities actually got their start on Broadway. Our Broadway beat reporter Sophia DeStasso is here to tell us all about those stories.
Thanks, Lilian. Many known celebrities actually started their rise to fame on Broadway. Take Nick Jonas, for example. Before topping the charts with the Jonas Brothers, he was burning up the stage on Broadway. At age 9, he started as Little Jake in a revival of Annie Get Your Gun. He then went to play Chip in Beauty and the Beast at age 10. After this, he started to release his music with his brothers and also started his acting career. He hasta la vista'd his way into Camp Rock and rolled the dice into Jumanji. But now he's back where he started, the Broadway stage. He is starring in the last 5 years with Tony Award-winning Adrienne Warren. The show follows two New Yorkers falling in and out of love over the course of 5 years. Speaking of love, fans have been loving Sadie Sink's journey back to Broadway. Like Jonas, she made her debut on Broadway in Annie when she was 10 years old. She played the title role and several other orphan roles as a standby. And just like in Stranger Things, her talent turned the upside down, right side up, leading her in her breakthrough role as Max Mayfield. She then took her acting to another level when she was the lead in Taylor Swift's music video, All Too Well 10-minute version. Now she's back starring on Broadway in a show called John Proctor is the Villain. The show just opened this past Monday and will continue until July 6. Christian Slater was another actor who had his start on Broadway. At the age of 7, he was in The Music Man. Slater rose to fame after landing the role of Binks Davy in The Legend of Billie Jean. From there on, his name became a Hollywood staple. Many celebrities have gone from the Broadway stage to the TV screen, and Broadway is where stars are born. I'm your Broadway beat reporter, Sophia DeStasso. Back to you, Rickie.
Thanks so much, Sophia. Excellent as always. But Netflix's newest venture into reality television is already off to a controversial start. Here to tell us more about the streaming platform's new show is our reality TV reporter, Lane Yeager.
Thanks, Rickie. This past Thursday, Netflix debuted the first episode of its highly anticipated adaptation of the hit YouTube series Pop the Balloon or Find Love. However, initial reactions have been less than enthusiastic. The beloved speed dating sensation first premiered nearly a year and a half ago on the YouTube channel of creator Arlette Amouli, garnering on average about 1 million views per episode. Following the format of the original viral series, Netflix's rendition is hosted by Emmy-nominated actress Yvonne Orji, a change that initially sparked controversy among fans of Amouli and her hosting style. However, Amouli has clarified that while she is not hosting, she is heavily involved with the show's production as an executive producer. Furthermore, she has announced that she will be continuing the series on her YouTube channel each week. Thursday's debut featured 7-time winner of MTV's The Challenge, Johnny Bananas Divinanzio, as one of the episode's 5 eligible bachelors. Brought out as the first single, Divinanzio made several targeted comments towards the women and their physical appearances, remarking towards one woman, quote, "You look like you sleep from a tree upside down," unquote, referring to her feet. Viewers took to X, finding the comment to be both extremely offensive and racist, as they felt it was directed towards a black contestant. However, Divinanzio disputed this, claiming he was pointing to the white woman beside her, who he described as, quote, "dressed like a tree," unquote. Despite the backlash, Netflix has promised the show will provide higher stakes, new twists, and surprise celebrity appearances. This series is slated to release 4 more episodes, with the next premiering tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. As for me, I think I'm going to have to just pop my balloon and stick to the original series. Rickie, what about you?
Lane, I've heard about this show for years. I don't want to do either. So, but thank you, Lane. That was great stuff. When we return, we rate our favorite Eastern Time candies. Stay tuned for some sweet fun.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner
out there. We're the family. Oh, I thought you were on my team. Wait.
Welcome back on Peelers. April in Syracuse may mean snow and wind, but to us it means candy. Now, whether you're more into Peeps or Cadbury eggs, Easter candy has got it all to offer.
And as sugar fiends ourselves, we thought we'd take the time to try and rank some of the most popular Easter candies from our childhoods. We've got it all here in front of us, including some Hershey's, including some Kit Kats, including, wait, what
Rickie,
is this? We got an Easter bunny coming on to Unpeeled. Look at all this candy that we've got here. Easter bunny, come get in the middle. Come get in the middle.
Come get in.
You're going to be in this segment with us, okay?
Wow.
So, Lil, let's talk about
I've
this.
never met the Easter bunny, actually.
Never?
I'm Lilian. It's so good to meet you.
Good to meet you. I'm
It's
Rickie.
my friend Rickie.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Bunny.
Wow, thank you for being here with us on the show.
Lil,
let's dive into it. Oh, you have more candy in there? Oh, Peeps! The Easter bunny brought Peeps.
Look, here, put these up right here for them to see. These are Peeps.
I'm not a Peep person.
Not? Why?
Personally. I don't know. They're just really sweet. I'm going to
Too
go
sweet?
with a Kit
Yeah,
Kat.
same. I feel you.
I'm sorry, the Easter bunny, you can't eat the candy. I don't know.
Growing up, what was your favorite?
I actually love Cadbury eggs.
Really?
Yeah, big time. Love Cadbury eggs.
Wait, were you big into hunts or not? Like egg
love
hunts?
the hunts, yeah. You know what? And the Easter bunny, when he'd swing through Rochester, that's where I grew up, the hunts were good. He would really, like, put the eggs in good spots. Really great work
Did
there.
you ever win the golden egg, though?
No.
Never?
No, I wasn't much of a winner with the Easter bunny hunts, you know.
Yeah, I remember this one time because, you know, little kids, let them win. So my 6-year-old cousin now, we gave him the golden egg and he won like $20. Greatest moment of his life.
Oh my gosh, you're putting $20 in these eggs? That's crazy.
My grandma did, not me. My grandma did.
No, the Easter bunny did. What are you talking about? That's the job.
So we can be rich?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. The Kit Kat was really good. Should we open the Peeps?
I mean,
what did you just have?
I had 2 Hershey Kisses.
Oh, how are the Hershey Kisses?
Oh, they're great. I love them.
I would like that. All right, I'm going in for a Peep, but unfortunately, that's all the time that we have with you tonight and the Easter bunny.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah.
Make sure to follow us on our socials at CitrusTV on X and at Unpeeled_Syracuse on Instagram. I'm Rickie Potts.
And I'm Lilian Northrup. We'll see you next Wednesday for our senior special season finale. Have a great night, Syracuse.